Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Trucking with me, Roll Case TV. Well, I continue to do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talents, but a whole lot of challenging places to go. I'm doing the Sites of Military Glory, and it turns out I can't go in that way. I didn't look carefully enough on the map. There are some tank, whatever you call those things, tank blockers. So I need to turn around. I got another path I think I can take. It's going to be a difficult path because I know it's up an icy slope, and I don't not wearing icy tires. But I can't change tires in the middle, and I needed the snow tires to go up. I do have a vehicle that has both, that has half chain tires, which will struggle through the snow but can make it through the snow. But that vehicle has no extra fuel on it, and so yeah, it would be difficult. I could potentially use it for the bed to carry this thing on it for the extra fuel. If I get desperate, that's one way I can do it. At least I can see where I need to go here. I can pretty easily see where the path is. Unlike that horrible, there's a horrible thing where you have to go through this maze. I don't remember the name of that. It's a, try to stay on the rocks, not on the ice. Oh, this wasn't so hard. Oh, that wasn't so hard at all. Okay, and I was worried. Good old Rizvani. This is a little bit of a narrow path. I was gonna try to take a different vehicle, but it couldn't go through the, oh wait, I'm going this way? Oh, this is the best YOLO truck in the game. Whee! Why exactly did I put the marker there? When it looks like I've got a very good path that way, which I can't see right now. Why is the marker there? I don't need the marker there. I'm in. Delete that. Delete that as well. And that. I'm there. Just have to go that way. Not that that's necessarily easy, but... Yeah, see, this I wouldn't be able to do with chain tires, I don't think. It's just thick snow. So the only way in is through an icy mountain path. That makes some sense. If you're not familiar with this, this is the first, this is called Peninsula, the first add-on Season 1 DLC region. And yeah, it's a challenge getting around here because it's got crackly ice and it's got all kinds of other difficult terrain. There we go. And fortunately, this vehicle has built-in did I make it? I think I made it. It has built-in. Let's see. I better check this path. Because can I get out that way? No, I can't get out that way. I had a feeling I couldn't. I have to go back. Yeah, I don't think that's a way I can go. I could go that way if I had a different vehicle. Maybe, but that looks like pure rock. I'm just gonna see. The heck? It shows going like around here and up there. But I think I might be able to get up on the rocks. Let's see. Oh, what the heck? It's worth trying. This is a game for fun, after all. Oh, it's not right. And yeah, there's this one terrible. I almost wanted to quit the game because it's so unfair. You have to go through this abandoned factory-like area, and you don't know where you have to go. It's I mean, you do know where the destinations are, but how to get into the destinations, you have to go through some places, but some place you don't know what places you can get through, what place you can't get through, and it's like a maze. But it's not just a maze that you can look down and figure out. It's a maze where you it's a maze where you have to just guess what it is that where you can go and where you can't go. I'm sure I can get up here, but this is not the way to do it. Now, I can see there is a way to get up here. I think it's through there. No, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip! Oh, no! This vehicle is usually very good at not flipping. The problem was that rock. It would have rolled back onto its feet. But it's still moving. It might still flip back on its wheels! It's very good at rolling back on its feet. Yes! 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 I love this vehicle. Why do people not like this vehicle? I love this vehicle. Now, I might flip again, but it's going to roll over. Is this not the greatest vehicle known to man? Okay. The way to go is not on those rocks. The way to go is over here. I see the way clearly now. And you know what? It showed me that on the map, but I didn't trust it. See? The Hercules never gives up. Any doubters, any haters out there? It's the magic of the Hercules. Okay, let's see where I need to go. Where do I actually have to go? Somehow I have to get across there. I'm not sure how that's going to happen. Then I got to get across here. Across here. And I don't know what kind of snow or whatever I'm going to run into. I'm guessing I will not be able to go in there the way I want to. Oh, actually I can. It doesn't look like there's any tank traps there. Was that not the perfect demonstration of the power of this vehicle? I'm telling you. With the all the extra fuel on top, it's rounded on top, and it so much likes to roll back over onto its feet. I'm gonna make sure I do this well. And I knew it was gonna roll back onto its tires the second time because I knew I had no obstruction next to me to block it. The first time it didn't because it got on the rock. But then it didn't stop trying to roll, and I was able to wiggle the tires enough that it slid down enough that I could get the engine back on, and then it rolled again, but then the second time I knew it was going to be okay. Somebody clip that part, I hope. People diss this vehicle. There are better pure Scout vehicles, but this thing has so many weird capabilities that I love it. Like the ability to flip over and still save itself. Primarily I'm using it though because it's the best Scout vehicle that is a paid DLC vehicle, and part of my easy mode, quote unquote, it's just a normal, it's not a new game plus or anything. Part of my easy mode is the fact that I'm using all paid DLC vehicles, external to map paid DLC vehicles. So I have this from the Zix Master, I have this from the Hercules pack. I have the Zix 612H Mastodons from the Mastodon pack. Oh, this might be tricky. This is crackly ice. I'm in trouble here. Oh. I have... Oh, this is crackly ice. I'm not going the way I said because I'm avoiding their crackly ice. Let's get over here and then look. Delete these points. Delete the points, I said. It doesn't show you on the map, but you can actually delete individual points. Do I go all the way around? I think I might have to. Now, in certain vehicles, like the 612H Mastodons from the Mastodon pack, I can go across the crackly ice because that thing is so strong, it can just power its way through. But I don't think this vehicle will get bogged down in the crackly ice. It's one of its disadvantages. Once I get up here, I think I can get across. And then, I mean, it's just as well. Delete. You can delete the markers, but sometimes you have to rotate to get just to the right direction. And the markers can be deleted by using the same button you use to add a marker. In my case, press the right trigger, as it says on the bottom. But they don't, it's not documented that that's how you do it. What's documented is oh, do I go up and around this thing? No. What's documented is that how to clear the last point, but not how to clear individual intermediate points. But you can clear individual intermediate points. But it is buggy, which is why I think they don't tell you. Because it is buggy. You have to, sometimes it'll add one instead of deleting one. You have to, the way to fix that is just rotate the angle around it. At least one of the angles will let you, you might have to do it several times, at least one of the angles will let you. At least one of the angles will let you get that point deleted. This is kind of rocky, so I think it's probably okay to go through here. See, that added one instead of deleting. Ah, it's still adding. No, it's deleting. I thought it was deleting. Something like that. See, the way to go is up and over the hill. Got my lights on. Whoa! Gotta go slowly. Those things can damage you a lot. I've got like 450 repair points on this baby, so I'm not worried about that. Let's not launch myself into the water, though. That would be bad. And I'm staying on these awful slabs because they are not crackly. On this map, if you're on snow or you're on rocks or you're on crackly or slabby ice, it's not going to break. Which is not true on all the winter maps. That come, well, there's no crackly ice on Alaska at all, but on later crackly ice, it's not true. You can have snow and it'll still crack and rocks. I think the slabs are safe, or even our slabs. It's hard to know. You basically just have to memorize, and I resent that. You have to memorize the map. I really don't like that. This feels wrong. I'm just gonna keep driving at a high enough speed that I think I'll get past it. Whoa, that was definitely crackly ice there that I got past. There's no way to mark the map to say you can cross here, which is... I just load it, and that was another place where I might get stuck because this vehicle cannot pull itself through. If I'm in the Mastodon, I could just pull myself through. No, crackly ice is nothing strong enough just to pull itself through. Last episode, I looked like I got hung up on the crackly ice a little bit. I backed up and took another way. It turns out I wasn't hung up on the ice. I have one of these ice sheets under one of my axles. That's why I can get through. This can get through the snow. This is pretty nasty snow. See if I can get some traction off of this rock. The snow does not look as deep as the snow in Alaska, but it's harder to get through, which is weird, but true. I was not enjoying this map when I had to scout it. Now that I'm into the deliveries, I'm much happier about the map. And when I scout it, I scout every corner of the map, which was one of the reasons why it was so difficult. Every corner of the map I had to scout, and scouting some of these corners, this corner was the hardest. Because I can't use the prototype exploration unit with this vehicle, the pew 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 radar trailer, because this doesn't hitch to a trailer. That's why I have the Jeep Wrangler, which failed in its ability to get away. Got caught in the snow right away. So yeah, and carrying the trailer, the trailer's twice as heavy as the truck itself, so it was really a hard time getting it to where it needed to go. I tried a few different ways of towing the thing and carrying on the bed like a trailer and whatever throughout my adventures, and nothing ever worked well. I still have not found an ideal way of carrying that thing around. I'm following what is marked as road here. even though the thing is to my left. I could turn left at any time. But I will follow this road. This isn't really road, it's a patch of snow. I'm sure what is marked as a road actually goes there. Maybe. Ah, yes, here's the entryway there. I think that is supposed to mark the entryway. And Sights of Military Glory #2. And it was glorious. Speaking of military glory, that reminds me, if you're watching on YouTube, hopefully you stop by the Twitch exclusive 12-hour marathon stream. I played a World War II, classic World War II strategy game. I'm going to get up here out of the snow before I decide where I need to go next. But I'm sure this path is going to have to change. Let's just get down to this road. Now, the trick is, how do I get into this place? Oh, it looks like it's just the road. Doesn't look like there's any tank traps or anything. Getting across the ice may be tricky. I'm thinking I can get across there. Yeah. Is it as capable of the Tartran in certain ways of getting across these things? No. Is it as capable as the Ford 750 in getting across some of these things? No. But you know what? You can't start the game with the Tartran. You can't start the game with the 750. And I'm committed to playing with all paid DLC vehicles. And the Tartran would not be able to do this unless it had someone behind it with a fuel truck. It sucks down the fuel, and this thing has so much range with all the extra fuel and repair points and stuff on it. And as you saw earlier, it with all that extra stuff on it, doesn't make it slightly more top heavy, maybe, but also makes it rounded on top, which makes it much easier. That is definitely crackly ice. Somewhere I have to find a way across, and it may not be where I have it marked. Somewhere I have to find it. That definitely does not look like a potentially way across. I have, if I need to, if I see a good tree on the side, I'll try to cross there because I won't be able to pinch to it. This is the way. Oh, those are good rocks. Might flip. I gotta get around those rocks and through these trees. Is that a tree I can down? Yes, it is. Out of my way, tree! There's no reason in the world this little truck should be able to take out those trees, but you know what? It can. Yes, I do. There are a lot of haters to this vehicle. I really don't understand it. But then they don't understand that I'm using all paid DLC vehicles. There's a lot of haters with paid DLC vehicles in the first place. But I've mentioned many times, I mentioned this earlier in the stream, that people say it's paid to win vehicles. heard people say that. Oh, those are pay-to-win vehicles. Well, who's losing if I'm paying to win? Why can't I pay to win? You would pay to win a fight against a grizzly bear. You wouldn't just hang on to your knife. You'd go buy a rifle. As I've made an analogy. Nobody's losing. Nobody's losing except the bear. And that's okay. Ah, and this is the official way in here. All right, how about that? And here we go. We're about to hear music. How much buckaroonies am I going to get? Come on. I've heard better music. Bander bunkers revisited, or visited. Sites of military glory. Yay! It's hard to say how significantly these fortifications contributed to the course of... Oh, they don't even want to say what was the course of. The course of the war. World War II, from the looks of it. I don't think it was the course of the Cold War. It was the war against the Finns, the Winter War, 1940. And no, they didn't contribute because it didn't happen on Russian soil. Where the Soviets got bogged down. And I have a very controversial opinion about this, that it was actually Finland who fought on the side of the Allies, nominally, who helped win the war for the Allies. They fought inside of the Axis, nominally. But they actually helped win the war for the Allies because they bogged down Russia, which made the leader of the Axis powers, whose name I'm not going to say because YouTube won't like it, made that person think that, you know, the Soviets, they aren't so tough after all. They couldn't even take out the Finns. Maybe I should just go invade them myself. And that lost the war for them. Anyway, controversial opinion, but there, I said it. All right, I will no longer bore you. Hope you enjoyed this very brief tour. It was okay. The 5,800 buckaroonies was better. All right, I can now accept this. Stop my engine. And actually refuel. Sure. I've got so much fuel on me. Okay, what's left? Is there another scouting task? As long as I'm over here, I'm ready to go. I don't usually give controversial opinions on, wait a minute. Isn't that one I just did? Oh, this is another one, but it's in, the next map. No, I'm not going to go to the next map yet, sorry. That's in the other map. That's in the other map. That's in the other map. That's a logging task. We're going to put that off for now. Where do you even pick up logs? Probably in the other map. Yep, other map. Okay. We're going to put that off. No. That's not the other map. That's here. Oh, okay. Well, that's logging. I do sometimes like to mix in logging. But before I change to the other map, I will. That's the other map. I want more scouty contracts here on this map. That's the other map. Aha! Aha! How many are these? I can't do them in out of order. No, I have to do them in order. Okay. Sure. But then I'll just go back home because the first one is here. So Mark 1 is here. Mark 2 is here. Mark 3 is here. Mark 4 is here. Mark 5 is here. No surprises, Mark 6 is here. See, they give you this. There's also one contest where you have to visit 2 points, but they don't show you at all that it's 2 points. And it's a contest. So you get to the first contest place, and then suddenly, wait a minute. I not finished with the contest. I gotta go someplace completely different. Talk about being unfair. And yes, I recover the vehicle. I have no pride. I'm playing in easy mode. Is that paying to win? Because I can recover? I make fun of people that... Yeah, I mean, brother, if you can't afford the DLC or you have a policy of not buying DLC, I understand. I'm fine with that. I can't afford a lot of stuff myself. If I didn't sit down every day and get Microsoft reward points, I wouldn't be able to afford the DLCs either. So I can understand. But that doesn't mean you should try to, you know, tell other people they shouldn't buy it if they can afford it and if they enjoy playing with it. And it supports the developers too. Which I hope that Saber does a year 5, because I think it would sell. They have enough of a base. I know they're all wrapped up right now in their new game, the new Roadrunner game or whatever it's called, but anyway. Okay, my engine is off. I can turn my lights on because that doesn't burn any fuel, surprisingly. Make sure all-wheel drive is on. Now, how do I get to these places? Gotta get across the ice. Get to this first place. Which I can't do, which I can do if I go the way I did before. Which is tricky, but possible. Actually, I can go here. Try to erase that point, of course not. Try to erase that point. And now getting to there is going to be tricky. I wonder if I need another vehicle to do this, because that's got to be crackly ice to get there. I'll just get there first then, and then go from there. Because I have a feeling I might need to break out one of the big trucks to do this. Even though it's a scouty task, problem with the big trucks is that I don't have as much fuel to do big scouting tasks. But they can plow through the ice, even the crackly ice. They can plow through. One other thing I like about this truck is you don't have to put it in low gear to engage the diff lock. It always has diff lock on. And I don't usually put it in low gear even through the snow. I just lay off the accelerator. Oh, I could go around to the left of that. Okay, I will. I see my other tracks are there. Oh, I still had to back up. And last time I went down there, which was okay, but I'm gonna try. But it's probably objectively the better way. But this truck can go crazy places without tipping over. Now this is gonna be tricky. I think there's gonna be crackly ice here. And you have two ways to deal with the crackly ice. One is to just go for it and hope that my momentum will take me across, or I get lucky, which in that case I did. Okay. And the other way to deal with it is go slowly, and if it starts to crackle, go a different way. I'm pretty sure I can get to here, and I will do that. I'm going to do these one at a time. Along the shards. And then maybe I can get up this way. Maybe this won't be crackling. Let's see. Oh, that looks crackly. Oh, but see, sometimes it looks crackly and it isn't crackly. Sometimes it looks crackly and it isn't. Sometimes it doesn't look crackly and it is. I mean, you could swear that's crackly ice to the left of me, and it probably is, actually. There's no real way of knowing whether it's crackly or not, except on this map, if it's rocky or snow covered, it's not crackly, or covered with these slabs. There are other maps where you can't tell. Even over snow, it might be crackly. Yeah, I'm gonna go slow. I think it's too large of a distance to just go for it. I mean, I think it makes sense that it wouldn't be crackly if it's got snow over it, but maybe that doesn't make sense. Okay. This really should be a contest. This would make for a better contest than a delivery, than a contract, but it's on this side, so it'd be easier to go here. That might be crackly there. Does everyone like the background music? I could, I do have it on my list of things to do to get more background music. But I could use suggestion. This is from crinklesmusic.com. And they have a bunch of albums that are called Soundtrack from a Box. I own, for licensing as background music, volumes 21, 22, 23, and 24. I have enough songs from 22, but I could always use suggestions for 21, 23, and 24. So if you have any suggestions, I will type in Twitch chat, but it's not going to show up on the thing on YouTube. But it's, if you type music in Twitch chat, it will give you a direct link. If you go into, if you're watching on YouTube, there is, it's in the description. Go down in the description, you'll see give a credit given. Go to that website. You don't need the / hashtag music. It's just off the, goes through automatically off the homepage. You should take that off, actually. It's crinklesmusic.com. And for free, you can listen to the whole album. 21, 23, 24. 3 suggestions from each. For anyone whose suggestions I use, I will give some credit to. Probably going to have to buy a new tablet before I can actually get those out, though, because I've got some issues with my tablet. My current tablet filling up with space. Okay, where did I say I was going with this? Oh, let's go here. I can actually do that. Great. Now, here? Back there? No, not back there. Go to that point. Why is that point there? Over there. So yeah, crinklesmusic.com. If it's on Twitch, I'll make you VIP for a week or a month or however long it is before I remember to get rid of my old VIPs that were supposed to be temporary that have been there forever. On YouTube, I'll give you a shout out during some YouTube stream if I remember. Oh man, I don't remember a lot of stuff. But yeah, I could use more suggestions. I've got suggestions from a couple people. One people gave me suggestions for everything. One person gave me suggestions for just one of the albums. So they have to make good background music. And they all have songs of a similar style to the ones I'm using now. But yeah, I need more because during a 6-hour stream, it can get a little monotonous. During like the intro screen and the PRB screen, it's fine. But during a 6-hour during a 6-hour SnowRunner stream, it can get a little bit monotonous. And during a 12-hour stream, which I do 4 times a year, mid-season. Just coming up, if you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, it's already passed. Doing the same songs over and over again. Be a little monotonous. Same 4 songs. But I want to have 12 songs total. So at least 3 from each of those 4. I have 4 songs right now. I may or may not keep the one from may or may not keep the one that I have from 21 right now, so I'm going to get a bunch more. But I like the 3 I got from 22 for sure. And 12 of them will expand the number by 1,000. No. Do I have to go back that way? I think probably best. If I were to guess, I would guess it. Yes, appropriate background music. Somebody gave me suggestions that that aren't necessarily appropriate for background music, but it has to be crinklesmusic.com. I have them licensed. And it can't be like YouTube music, because that's only licensable for YouTube, not for Twitch, and I need it on both. So. All that Crinkles asks is that you give them credit if you use their music. You do have to pay for a license. I'm going for it. Maybe a bad idea, probably a bad idea. I'm on the slabs now, so it should be okay. I made it! So otherwise you can use it for, it's not copyright free, but it's what's the word? Not commission, it's not residual. Whatever. You don't have to pay per use of it. It won't get flagged on YouTube or on Twitch as being copyright infringement, because I do have a license to use it. Okay, and what is it? One more? It's probably this way. But I'll stop my engine. Look for a path. Oh, this is such a direct path, except it's not a direct path. It's deceiving. Because I bet I can't get across that way. I already turned around. Let's see if I can get across here. Maybe actually across here. Let's try that. That was scary. Definitely looks scary. That looks worse. Get the engine revved up. Go for it! Oh, it wasn't scary at all. Too bad you can't drive like a semi-automatic or manual. I wouldn't necessarily want a manual transmission, but a semi-automatic where I could shift it into a lower gear, and then quickly shift it to a higher gear. All right, music. Almost afloat. Now, Iceman, we only have to give the message to our friends in the camp. Maybe after that, they will be on their guard. Are they all also called Iceman? You called them all Iceman, I bet. Anyway. I will accept your 2,550 buckaroonies, but to be honest, it was probably got ripped off that one. All right, let's find something else, and then I'm going to take another break. What is the next task I want to do? Or contract. I think I went through all of these, right? None of these. I can't even scroll to it? Normally you can scroll to it, right? And it tells you what you need to do. Oh no, I can't scroll to them because those are done. Aha! And these were all in the other location, right? Almost done with this map. That is so cool. I just got a logging task I need to do here. Okay, this one I need to do logging. Maybe I'll do logging next. Depends on what's on the other thing. That's in the other place. Okay. That's in the other place. That is... Oh, this is another good one where I just have to go to all the poles. Okay. So... This is going to be another reset one, so... Okay. Visit the substation here. Examine the pole here. Oh, this is actually going to be very tricky. Because, yeah. And that's it. This is going to be tricky. Because I'm going to have to go into this awful northwest corner. Getting up through here. At least I don't have to go across here where this helicopter is that's completely in the way. Anyway. Again, this is going to start at the garage. So, whoops. The best way to do this is to recover back to the garage. I can leave the garage. And then I can figure out the best way to get to the first one. Maybe. This should be pretty easy, actually. And then, before I actually go on my way there, I'm going to take a break. Maybe this isn't so easy. Oh, actually, it's easy. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy. Because I can go up this mountain road. I don't think it's very icy. I guess I'll find out soon enough, won't I? Anyway, yes, after I set this path, I'm going to take my break for Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. I will be back in just a few minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. So, yes, the next YouTube episode will be the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which is 6 p.m. in the UK, and 600 hours the next day in New Zealand. Is that right? No, that's... Yes, that is right. No, that's all wrong. Yes, that is right. Weekday at noon. I'll try to do my outro while I'm focusing on something else. Okay. Anyway, folks, yes, that's the path. Take your screenshots now if you'd like to, pointed north. I am going to take my break. Twitch, once again, stick around. YouTube, next episode. Either way, thank you much for watching, and I will see you then.